that if you're going to be happy, what you need is to make sure that you are functioning in accordance to what your purpose is. You cannot continue, and I cannot continue, in Essex we cannot continue vacillating in places that we find sometimes just comfortable. Because sometimes the journey to purpose is disconcerting and uncomfortable. It does not always yield itself to us the best and sometimes the most amenable or accommodating situations, because the enemy is always afraid of the spirit-filled person who pursues purpose. Once you become, if you will, a child of God, and once you have allowed yourself to be, your life to be called into order by him, you now become an affront. You become a threat to the causes of the adversary, and he knows that since he cannot ultimately contain you, what he strives to do is to impede, impact, slow down, thwart, stop, hinder, hamper, if you will, as much as he can, those things that are going on right now. He understands that ultimately in your life he loses. And so what he has to do is to hopefully frustrate you to the point to where you will give up on your desires, to where he understands he can't stop you, but you can only stop yourself. He says here that if I can move this thing and move towards purpose, then I realize that purpose, the tripartite notion and situation of it, says that it is in three parts. It is spirit, soul, and body. It is purpose that says, watch this, that I have now, number one, I have a passion. I have something that comes from the spirit. It is what God has dropped into my being and what pushes me beyond every obstacle and opposition. And the reason why I won't quit is not that I am adamant towards you, but I'm adamant in him. A lot of times when people talk about, if you will, arrogance as it relates to people who are obstinate and determined, the fact that we just don't cower down and quit is that they think that we're just in this for ourselves. But when God has now dropped an assignment on your life, you understand that you are not fueled simply by, if you will, human matters and human situations, but there is a divine destiny that is pulling and pushing inside of you. And no matter how much you want to quit, you have a bad case of the can't help it. There are some people in here right now who need to understand that your life, beloved, is in a place of flux and turmoil simply because you have made up in your mind that you are tired, really and truly, and that you'd rather do something else, even if something else is nothing, because what you want to accomplish is not happening fast enough. But every time you decide that you're going to quit, every time you decide that you're going to stop, every time you decide that it's too much, it's too hard, it's too difficult, somehow you find yourself moving forward because there's a push in your back.